Icelocked here with Nocturne Gaming, back with some Sons of the Forest, and today we're taking a look at 5 easy ways to gather food. First up is hunting wild animals such as deer and moose. You can also hunt the squirrels, rabbits, or even birds that are flying through the air, and if you're near a water source, you may get lucky and find some turtles or even ducks that are floating around. Looking for the larger animals like deer are one of the best sources of food in the game, as each deer provides you with 3 pieces of raw meat as well as some animal hide. Keep in mind that hunting deer has its own difficulties as they are quite fast and can lead you into dangerous areas. It does take around 3 to 4 hits with a spear to take out a deer, and I highly recommend that you use a bow to hunt these animals as soon as possible, as this will prevent you from running into those dangerous areas that you're not quite prepared for. For the smaller creatures like rabbits and squirrels, you have a couple of options. The first is manually hunting them using an axe, spear, or bow. However, my recommendation is to place small animal traps. These traps will allow you to passively capture these creatures and can be skinned when the area is safe. On the negative side, the traps can be knocked down by you or the cannibals running around in the woods. And lastly, they can be very slow to capture these creatures, so it's recommended that you have enough of these around your base to have a passive source of food. If you're looking to hunt the water-dwelling creatures such as turtles and ducks, I recommend setting up your base near a lake, as this will give you a close source of fresh water as well as the chance to find turtles. Keep in mind that turtles do breed during the summertime, so this can be a great way to stock up on food for the winter. The turtles only require 1 hit with a spear and give you 1 piece of raw meat. The ducks can be quite tricky to hunt, as the only way to really hunt them is using a bow and arrow, and if they land out in the lake, it can be very difficult to collect them. For your second source of food, you have foraging for berries and mushrooms. Keep in mind that for berries, only blueberries are safe to eat, as indicated by the green icon here. When you first come across any berries or mushrooms, you'll notice that they have a question mark above them, and it means they're unidentified. You will need to consume them at least once to tell if these are safe to eat or not. However, I recommend you collecting these as often as you can, as you will need quite a lot of them to actually fill up your hunger bar. If you happen to run across any mushrooms or berries that have the red icon, these do indicate that they're poisonous, and I recommend just picking them up, as consuming them will not actually fill up your hunger bar, and you'll also take a small hit to your health. As a bonus tip, when you're out hunting for berries and mushrooms, I recommend you're picking up the yarrow and aloe vera plants, as these 2 plants combine to make a healing mix, which is a great way to recover your health. There's plenty of other plants out there that you can use to make other interesting things, so collect these things as you're out hunting. For our third source of food, I recommend assigning your AI companion Kelvin to go out and gather fish for you. Simply assign him to get fish and drop here. Once he's gathered the fish, he'll drop them on the ground and you're free to cook them or dry them as you please. In about a half hour, he's gathered about a dozen fish for me, and we can put them on the fire now. Simply interact with the fire and toss your fish on. In a few minutes, you've got a tasty meal. Each of these fish do fill up about half your hunger bar, so it's a great source of food to stock up and save for the winter. For the fourth source of food, I recommend stocking up on your MREs. These MREs are meals that don't ever expire, so you don't have to worry about spoiled food. These meal packs can be found throughout caves as you're exploring, or even in the crates at the beginning in the game near your crash site. Each of these crates has the potential for meal packs in them, and one bonus tip for you is that these crates do respawn each time you reload into the game. So one quick way to get plenty of food and other supplies is to create a save point as close to your crash site as possible and reload into the game for a few extra bonus supplies. And finally, for our fifth source of food, we can hunt for the other white meat. In a classic forest style, you can hunt your co-inhabitants of the island and become cannibals just like them. This source of food will regularly come to you, and all you have to do is survive long enough to not become dinner for them instead. Once you've successfully survived the hunt, all you need to do is grab their arms and legs and throw them on the campfire or even on the drying rack. Both of these are viable options for a good source of nutrition. However, make sure they're completely cooked or dried, otherwise this meat is poisonous. One last thing to keep in mind is the more of these cannibals that you hunt, the more that are going to come at you. So I highly recommend setting up your base with plenty of traps, and this will keep a constant source of food if that's what you're looking for. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button and drop a comment if you're enjoying our content. And a huge shout out to our patrons. Your support means the world to us. If you would like to become a patron, check out the link in the description for more details. And be sure to visit our merch store so you can get some pretty cool stuff. And if you have any thoughts or questions, please let me know, and we'll see you next time.